this is why I could never be an athlete. If I were Angel Reese in that moment when Caitlin Clark was doing the absolute most, pushing her down, if that was me, I would have got up. It would have been, that's what I'm trying to say. That's why I'm not an athlete. I don't understand how you view that push as just a basketball move. And you're probably right. Because Katrina, let's be honest, let's just let everybody know. One, you are an avid basketball watching fan person. Right?
Number one, Nessa, I'm a basketball athlete. That's number one. Right. I'm a basketball player.
All-time high of 13 points in high school, right? That's how many points you made.
Why does it sound like a diss when you say it?
It's not a diss. I just want to paint the picture. I think it's really important that we disclose this information. It's like the FCC and PSAs. You got to disclose information behind a message, right?
So I played basketball.
You played basketball. And to be fair, you are a fan of the game.
And a semi-analyst. I'm a mini analyst, if you will.
Of the NBA and WNBA.
Yes.
Now, me, on the other hand, I'm neither. I was a Kobe Bryant fan, forever will be. And after Kobe left the game, I pretty much checked out, let alone when he passed away. I am not tuned in.
What about when you went to the Olympics?
Of course.
That was such a good game.
I had a great time watching because I have never seen some of the greats. I'm also smart enough to know LeBron James, Steph Curry,
Kevin Durant.
They're some of the greats. Yes. But that does not mean I follow and I have enough insight to say I am a consistent viewer anymore. I tapped out a long time ago. I think my brothers are disappointed in me because I was so in it. But it was really, when I look back, it was just I was a Kobe fan.
Real quick, Nessa, did you go to the game, the Paris Olympics, when Team USA played France, when Steph went on that three-pointer here?
Yes, at the end, and everything changed again?
Like the last 2 minutes?
Yeah. That was,
Nessa, that's probably one of the greatest games.
If I could enjoy a basketball game like that all day, every day, consider me a fan.
Ever. Nessa, I'm not even just gassing because I'm a Steph Curry fan. That was probably one of the greatest games to have ever been to.
Wow.
USA beat France to get to the gold medal round, and this was in France.
Can I tell you? That's why the Olympics need me back. Invite Colin Kaepernick. Well, funny enough, I don't want to say this person sent it to me because I don't know if he'd want to be mentioned, but someone sent me this and I'm going to read it off. Speaking of the Olympics, hold on.
It's going to be in LA this next Olympics,
in 2028. Right. So ESPN sources. Okay, so I'll read who this is from. Okay, Adam Schefter. Do we like him? I don't know. ESPN senior NFL insider. I think he's done some good reporting on Colin in like the later years when he realized, oh my gosh, I want to be on the right side of history.
Right.
But anyways, Adam Schefter posted, ESPN sources, a vote to allow NFL players to participate in flag football for the first time during the 2028 Summer Olympics in Los Angeles is expected to pass at today's league meeting in Minneapolis. Look it up, Katrina.
Yep.
Nothing's official yet, but one source said about today's vote, Olympics should be easy. All that to say, the NFL is obsessed with Colin because when we were out in Paris for the Olympics that just passed, he did his run with Nike because there was different activations going on around the Olympics and Colin partaked in it and whatever. So Colin was asked, would he want to partake in flag football for the Olympics? And of course, Colin would love to and wants to play. I mean, he wants to resume his career, his hard-earned career.
Absolutely.
That the NFL has blackballed him for because of his peaceful protest. So, of course he would want to play. But that would be nuts.
That
if
would
Colin
be insane.
is able to play and on the biggest world stage. And I think Colin, well, I know for a fact, has continued working out, but I think this would be an incredible moment for Colin if it could happen, if the NFL does not find a way to try to blackball him from the Olympics or whatever rules they try to force the Olympics to
adhere
impose.
To. Right.
But I think Colin is willing to play wherever will let him play.
Yeah. Flag football, man. 2028 LA Olympics, here we come. Here we come.
Who knows? That'd be nuts.
That would be wild.
So anyways, look it up. Did they get to a resolution? Because by the time this comes out, maybe there'll be a resolution. So,
and they said they're about to vote on it. So that's a very new story.
We'll check at the end of the conversation. No. The conversation that we're having right now, speaking of sports.
Yes.
Basketball.
Yes.
All that. Back to Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, because here we are again. They're in the news. And me, as truly a fake viewer, I just saw the clip. I did not watch the whole game.
Yep.
I saw Caitlin Clark bulldoze Angel Reese down. Oh my
gosh.
And to be honest, that's why I couldn't be playing any game.
Yeah, because Nessa, that wasn't a bulldoze.
I thought it was disrespectful.
Nessa, it was a hard foul.
Look at the end. Can you just send me the link? Let's watch it in real time. Let's not assume. Let's give our listeners and our viewers the respect to indulge in this in real time. And don't pull up a little fake clip that's cut off. Look at the end. Caitlin Clark's arm tells you 1,000 words. Look at it. Okay. Pull it up and let me look at your computer.
Okay, hold on. I don't have the...
And hide your messages so I don't see that you're talking trash about me. Do whatever you got to do, but pull up that clip.
I don't have the premium account, but... So we have to sit through 2 ads, so relax.
Should we start a Patreon and make some money at some point? Maybe.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Hold up.
We'll see. Okay, let's see. Because I think if I remember correctly, her arm was a bit funny to me.
Are we ready? This is real time.
This is real time. We're watching it. Let's watch Caitlin Clark bulldoze Angel Reese down. Look. Oh, yeah. Nah, there's another angle. Oh.
They're walking away.
Yeah, Caitlin Clark doesn't want that energy.
She don't want that smoke.
She knows what time it is.
Nessa, okay, I have to say, and I am going to really stand by this, that was just a hard basketball foul. It was a basketball play. Like when I watch this, Angel Reese is wide open under the basket. Whatever happened before or after.
Wait, look. What? No. Go back. Hold on.
Okay, so look. I know, I hear what you're saying, but I need
you see the part I'm talking about.
I do, but you have to understand, Nessa, listen, let me say this.
This is the angle. Shh. Look, right there.
And do you know why that happened?
It was the flinging of the arm.
I'm going to tell you why that happened.
She's flinging.
I'm not a Caitlin Clark apologist, okay?
What does that mean? I don't understand.
Someone that's just, she can do no wrong. I'm not a she can do no wrong person. But this particular play was a basketball play. Angel Reese is down low right under the basket, has the opportunity to do a layup, a very high percentage shot, right?
Okay.
She's not a great free throw shooter.
Right.
So...
I don't know why I'm saying I don't know, but tell me more.
I'm telling you. So Caitlin Clark is using a very smart basketball move. You got a big underneath the basket who can make a high percentage shot. I'm going to foul them. And not only am I going to foul them, I need to make sure that I foul them so that they cannot put the ball back up and make a 3-point play. Right? Okay. So Caitlin gives her a foul. And the way she has to foul Angel is by putting her arms on her arms so that they don't go up. Now, the fling of Caitlin's arm that you saw?
At the end, it was a certain fling. It was like a pow.
Now, the fling happened because as she was trying to hold Angel down from not continuing to shoot, Angel's arm is going up. So as her arm's going up, she flings
What,
Caitlin's.
Are you a doctor now?
I'm just saying. I played basketball, Nessa. I was on varsity my sophomore year. I know what is happening here. I'm a basketball analyst.
All of a sudden, you know anatomy?
I do. Nessa, look at this. I know momentum. That's what's happening there.
Now you're an engineer.
Is momentum an engineer?
Now you're a rocket scientist.
I'm all of the above, Nessa.
All right,
when
relax,
it comes to
Elon
this,
Musk.
I'm an analyst. I'm a rocket scientist. I'm a physical therapist. What else you need me to be?
All I'm saying is that it was a hard situation as far as energy. I couldn't listen, Angel Reese is better than I'll ever be in this lifetime. And I feel like she's very patient in that moment.
What? She chased after her.
But
Nessa, she got up with that energy.
Of course.
She chased after her.
In the moment.
And she said, what the F is wrong with you?
What is wrong with her?
And then as Caitlin weakly walks away because she don't want the smoke, she goes, you're crazy or something to that effect.
Who, Caitlin Clark said that?
No, Angel did.
Okay, I was like, no.
Caitlin says nothing. She never says anything.
Right.
Because even right now, the WNBA has had to respond to multiple statements of racist remarks toward Angel Reese. Because again, there's a lot to unpack here that doesn't have to do with just this particular basketball play.
Right.
They have a storied, quote unquote, rivalry with each other.
Even though they've both publicly said that they don't, right?
I mean, it is. They can say what they want to say.
Right.
However, based on that NCAA game that they played 2 seasons ago,
right,
where they were both in the championship and Angel Reese, her team, beat Caitlin Clark's team, and they were both going back and forth. Angel was doing Caitlin's celebration move. Because of that, that sparked such a huge fanfare for the two of them.
Okay.
Like everyone was like, oh, dang, I got to watch this. Like that's the
why
moment.
I tuned in.
That's the moment I became a NCAA women's basketball fan.
Okay.
I became a WNBA fan because, all right, I was like, cool, there's storylines.
You were watching the WNBA before that,
but not as invested.
Sure. Yeah.
Believe it or not, I love a rivalry. I love the smoke. I love the storylines, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So, and I know there have been before, but this is the one that caught my attention. Call it social media. It started going everywhere. So, of course, I saw it. Anyway, all that to say, because of this, now Angel and Caitlin's story is always being told together as far as when it comes to Angel, right? Mm-hmm. Now, with Caitlin, not necessarily. They'll still talk about how great she is, blah, blah, blah. And her fans really go hard for her, and they will be racist.
Right. Okay, so Caitlin Clark, we're not saying all fans of hers.
There are a lot of fans that have made racist comments. Like if you go on Twitter and you just look at the discourse surrounding Caitlin that has anything to do with Angel, you'll see a lot of racial comments.
So my question is, why isn't Caitlin Clark, because she is obviously thriving, right? She's a great player from my understanding.
Yeah, she is.
Right?
Like, she was a rookie of the year last season.
Extremely talented. I don't think there's a question behind that. But if she knows the energy, which I'm sure she's clearly aware of,
there's no way she cannot know.
Okay, so knowing that, knowing a lot of your fans, let's say they are saying racist things, right? Or they are online. They are.
Like I said, the discourse, I see it.
What has she said about this? Or does she get to skate in interviews and people don't have, like, she doesn't have to answer any questions? Like, how is she dealing with this, right? Like, I would hate to feel like if I was an athlete or some superstar of anything, and I had a fan base and I was aware that a large part of my fan base were being racist or prejudiced or whatever it may be, I would be like, hey, that's not what I stand for. Relax, it's a game. And no, if you love what I do, don't be racist because you think that's how you're going to have my back. So I'm just curious, what does Caitlin Clark, because it seems like Angel Reese is always asked about
Caitlin,
right? And the harassment that she has to deal with.
Right. She's gotten death threats.
Yes. So what does Caitlin Clark have to say about this?
Well, Nessa, like we've said, the WNBA has launched an investigation that Angel Reese was targeted with racist comments by fans during this game against Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, right?
Right. So Angel Reese has to respond to reporters, because I saw that clip where they're asking her a million questions about how she felt. My question is, so what did they ask Caitlin Clark?
Right. So I'm getting to that.
Because apparently it's her fans that are supposedly being racist towards Angel Reese.
Sure. So they asked Caitlin Clark, and I'll read what she said. Although I didn't hear anything.
Boy, she does not make it easier for herself, huh?
I think that's why they're doing the investigation. That's why they're looking into it. It doesn't mean nothing happened. So you just trust the league's investigation, and I'm sure they'll do the right thing. Now, Caitlin, what you should have said was, there is no space for racism in this league if you're a fan of mine or anyone's. If you're racist, stay home and get out of our league. That's all she should have said, really.
You should be her PR team.
It's easy. And listen.
What is she so scared of? You know what? Maybe that's the wrong sentiment. Maybe it's not scared. Maybe she's okay with it. I don't know. But it's like, that's your response?
Yeah. It's weak. It's very weak. And the WNBA, the commissioner.
She gets to do that. And it's fine, right?
She gets called out. However, she still gets to do it. But the WNBA, the commissioner, they're being really whack with this because they just keep putting out statements.
Yeah, there's
no place for hate or racism in the WNBA. All right, cool. What are you doing to stop it?
Right.
That cute little thing you posted on Instagram? No.
Right.
How about every fan that's being racist, they get called out that
you're
when
banned.
you see it and you're banned.
Right.
You got
you're
security.
Banned.
There's security there.
Right. You're banned.
Hey, Indiana Fever, you're making a lot of money now off Caitlin Clark. Hire some extra security to start pointing people out.
Right. you're banned.
You're banned. You really want to make a statement that there's no space for it?
You're banned.
Kick them out.
Right. I don't know. It's so disappointing because I don't know if maybe Caitlin Clark, like, to be honest, I'm sure just wants to talk about her skill set and just play basketball. I think all the players would like that, right? But they don't get to do that.
Right.
Angel Reese doesn't get to do that.
Right.
In that situation. You're not the only one who just wants to play the game.
Yeah.
And just talk about your skill set, which, by the way, I admire how great you are, even though I don't tune in as much. I'm very aware.
She's balling.
But
They both were.
so many other players are incredible.
Yeah.
And I think they want their skill set highlighted. So I don't know. Caitlin Clark's response, I'm just not a fan of. And I also understand. How old is she? Because I just really want to understand all angles as much as I can. How old is she?
23.
Okay, so she's young. I'm very aware, and I hope truly that she's doing the work to realize what these moments mean and how it's going to play out. And this is forever documented.
Right.
So it's a very nuanced conversation. The response
Is
not
weak.
feeling.
Listen,
yeah.
23 is an adult. And not just that. She probably has a lot of PR talking to her.
And they're misleading if they're telling you to respond like
right,
that, okay?
about how to deal with this.
How do you feel?
Let's be for real. And maybe there's a reason why she's not answering.
Is that how you feel?
It's pretty whack. It's pretty whack.
Is that how you feel?
It's pretty whack. They're going to play each other a bunch of times. This is a rivalry. They don't want to call it that.
We want the competition. Doesn't have to be rooted with racist fans.
Right.
It doesn't, it could just be about skill set. It can be, but that is also on you holding true to that.
Right.
And protecting, I don't know, are they called teammate or what are they? Peers?
Yeah.
But yeah, protecting your peers, protecting one another, and ultimately saying, hey, racist comments being thrown out is not okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's rocket science, but
well, they play a bunch more times. They're both great players. Angel broke the record for double doubles last season as a rookie. Caitlin broke the assist record for assists as a rookie. So we'll get to see them play multiple times. Hopefully Caitlin addresses this in a more substantial way. And, I'm here to see how it folds out. And I just got to say, shout out to Paige Beckers. I'm watching her play. Washington Mystics is my team now. I like what they're doing. It's going to be a good season, Nessa.
Sorry, I'm just looking up this whole story unfold. Everyone has so many different opinions on it.
Yeah, Nessa, let's go.
I'm not in the sports world. I don't know. I just think the foul was really hard.
It was.
I felt like it was intense. I'm not mature enough to handle a situation like that.
They called it a flagrant, which means it's not just a regular foul.
Right, yeah. So okay, what's up? And
it's
then
regular.
But I just think the fans, please, come on. Racist comments, no, it's not okay. And I just feel like, especially Caitlin Clark, these fans are in their mind believing they're doing it for you.
Yeah.
Right? They think that's how they're having her back. Talk to them, address them. I don't know. I understand you can't control everybody, but it's also like saying, hey, guys, there's no room for this. Not okay. Racism's there's no home for that here.
That's easy.
I don't know. It doesn't seem like you're going to lose endorsements for that.
Well, the next game is coming up June 7th. I'm going to be seated. I'm going to watch. Maybe you might catch a clip on the internet.
Yeah.
And we'll see, man.
Come on, Team Angel Reese.
Team WNBA.
Oh, yeah. That's a good point.
Right?
Okay, that's a good point. Here's the thing. Is Caitlin Clark still complaining for every play that
I know
she
you
doesn't
hate
like?
that. She reminds me of, how Chris Paul really, really bothers me on the court because he complains to the refs about everything and he's such a baby about it.
Is that a well-known thing?
Yeah, I've spoken to people and they feel the same way.
Yeah, I'm not talking about your family.
No.
Or your friends. I'm talking about is it
yes,
a known
he's known
sentiment?
as a crybaby.
Okay. If I Googled that right now.
Yeah.
He seemed like a nice guy.
Yeah, he seems nice enough, but on the court, it's very crybaby
Again,
energy.
this is all about court, right?
Anyway, all that to say.
Oh my gosh. Okay. This is really ridiculous. The internet, you're disrespectful. They have videos titled "Cry Baby" and all that. It's horrible. That's horrible. But anyway, I just was never a fan in that way. The times, especially early on before Caitlin Clark got into the WNBA, but the minute she got in, woo, it felt like every day I was seeing her complain to the ref. She was complaining to anybody that will listen. Like, yeah.
That's how some people play. It's not a Caitlin thing. Chris Paul being one of them.
Okay, I'm just saying that's why that it didn't help her
Right.
in general. But I heard she's a phenomenal player. And I'm so happy for her in that way. And I'm glad she's in the WNBA. Congratulations on all of your success. It's not, the cloth I'm cut from to complain about every play and, have a drastic fallout in front of a referee so that you could get an Oscar. Like, that's not me. Like, you're not the only one who's passionate about the game, right? That's why we have refs.
Right.
It's not my style.
Well, listen, if they need an extra athlete on the end of the bench, I'm here. Guys, I can help. I can, do some fouls, some running, whatever you need. I can make some statements. Let's go.
Oh, you can make some statements? You got to be careful. She's going to think that's a diss and her fans are going to come after you.
It's cool.
MAGA fans are going to come after you and be like, Katrina,
you only scored 13 points. Hi.
All right. Well, bye.